known as Anamsi on the internet, and today you and I are gonna get Shaadi Ready with Plum together. My goal for today is to take you through my very easy to do, very simple to do makeup look. I'm aiming for a nice day look, something that you can totally wear and recreate as a wedding guest because there are so many weddings coming up. This season is right here. I'm gonna take you through the entire process step by step, so let's just dive right into it. First things first, let me tell you, I've already prepped my skin. Let me first give you a quick glimpse of that. I've used the Plum 5% niacinamide face serum. This has such a wonderful texture. It's not too tacky, just tacky enough as it should be. Goes on really easily, gets absorbed into the skin very smoothly. It comes enriched with rice water and amino acid complex and helps clear blemishes and just improves your skin texture overall. Then I went in with the Plum Mandarin and 3% vitamin C moisturizer. This really helps give a beautiful glow to the look, to your face, seals that serum in, and it's completely fragrance free. I never start a makeup look without my primer, so I have some Prep Set Go primer right here. This primer definitely feels like a little bit of a jelly going onto the skin. It's so soft and smooth and it's going on really easily. I'm also seeing a little bit of pore blurring and skin blurring happening with this primer, which is really nice. You know, I have so many girlfriends who, while getting ready with me for weddings or even just independently at the end of functions, will come to me and be like, why is my makeup not staying put as my makeup typically does? And I'm like, because you're skipping the primer. Don't skip your primer. I promise you it will be a game changer. It will really hold your makeup in place for long hours. Next up, it's time for foundation. I'm using the Plum Soft Blend Weightless Foundation. I like to take just about one full pump. I did 2 half pumps essentially here on my hand. I like to start with a little bit of product because I feel like if you go in with way too much product, it could 100% go against you. It could look very cakey. This is a very easy to blend foundation. So I'm basically just gonna go ahead and give myself 2-3 minutes to apply this all over my face. Don't forget to cover a little bit of your jawline and a little bit of the neck or all the way up the neck, whatever you prefer with your foundation, because that will really help make the whole look come together. It's blending so easily. I love that about it. For me, I love a nice moussey texture like this, especially for a day look, because it's really nice and lightweight. It doesn't feel like anything on the skin. The minute makeup starts to feel cakey, I feel like all of us run away from those products, and thankfully that really is not the case with this formula that I'm seeing over here. A lot of the products that I'm trying here I've tried before, but some of them are also going to be first impressions. This foundation, for example, is definitely first impressions. Anytime you're using a new foundation, always wait for a couple of minutes before going ahead with any other steps, because sometimes a formula can take a couple of minutes or seconds to really start to set. Some formulas oxidize, some don't. Varies from, product to product at the end of the day. In this particular case, I feel like because I've waited a couple of minutes, I'm seeing it match even better to my skin. Next up, it's time for some concealer. I'm gonna go ahead and mix 2 different concealers because I have a very neutral undertone. So I like a little bit of pink and a little bit of yellow in there. If you've seen any of my makeup routines from a few years ago, we were all into doing the heavy on triangle concealers on the under eyes, but I feel like with time we've all learned that less can be more if you do your makeup that way. So applying just a little bit on the inner corner and then just a little bit on the outer corner can really truly be enough, even with deep set eyes like mine, if you blend your products the right way. Remember that when you're in the under eye area, tap. Don't drag your brush or your blender, whatever you're using. Just make sure you're tapping in. This will help keep the product in place, and this will give you that soft blend that will make it look almost natural and not like you've caked up any amount of product on your under eye area. This is something I'm specifying because on the under eyes, your skin really is the thinnest. And I personally think this is something a lot of my friends struggle with as well. I land up becoming the makeup artist for a lot of my friends simply because they have the right products, but they don't necessarily have the right techniques all the time. So I help them with things like this, which is why we're discussing this here today, you and me. This formula is so beautiful. You can see that with minimal effort, it's gone ahead and blended everything so beautifully. I also specifically love that it's not just concealed my under eyes, but it's also brightened them up I feel like brightening up your under eyes is something that can look beautiful both in real life as well as online when you're taking pictures for the gram and things like that at your friend's wedding. So keep that factor in mind, and when you're choosing your concealer, opt for something that's either one shade lighter, or mix something that's one shade lighter with a concealer that matches your skin tone exactly. The choice is yours. Next up, it's time to set your base in, your under eyes in place, and all of that. Lock it in place, and we're going to use some compact for that. Now, if you have oily skin, I am going to recommend you use the compact all over your face, but I have dry skin, so I'm just going to go ahead and use the compact on my under eyes to set the concealer in place so that I avoid any creasing on my under eyes with the concealer. I'm just going in to the inner corners. If you're someone that likes a nice matte finish on your makeup, then this is something you can apply all over your face irrespective. I feel like the moussey foundation and the really easy to blend concealer and all of that has given me a really nice natural skin-like finish. So I'm not mattifying my entire face, especially as someone who has dry skin. I'm really particular about that. So just a little bit of this on the under eyes, and you can see how quickly it set things in place. This is really nice. I'm instantly seeing the way my concealer has gotten set, and from here it will not move, it will not budge. I love that this is a talc-free compact and it comes with SPF 15, so there's some sun protection in there for you. Okay, I really do believe that your brow product can really make or break the way your face framing comes together. I'm someone that pays a lot of attention to the brows because I feel like just a nice natural shape, you don't have to go overarching or create a completely different eyebrow shape than what you have, but I feel like accentuating your natural brows a little bit with some definition can really truly go a very long way. I always start with soft strokes just so I get the lay of the land with my brows, and because we're doing a day look, I'm not going too hard on the brows. I don't want them to be completely filled in insta brows and things like that, because sometimes those can photograph well but they may not look as good in real life. I'm really particular that your makeup in real life should look the same way it does in pictures, which basically means it should look great in both places without the need of any filters or edits. There you go. Soft strokes, I've gone all the way, and then I'm using the spoolie end of this product to just comb everything towards an outward direction. This will give your brows a nice natural look, a nice natural finish, nothing that's too heavy, and perfect for day wear. Literally, this product was so easy to work with. Even though I'm shooting this for you guys, typically when I'm shooting tutorials, it takes me a little bit longer for every step because I'm talking through it and explaining it, but I did both my brows in under 5 minutes. That's fantastic. I have the Touch and Go lip and cheek tint over here. I love a good multi-use tint, and that's because it really can be your best friend because you can use it in so many different ways. I'm a big fan of multi-purposing things. I'm taking a beauty blender because when it comes to tints, I prefer blenders over everything else. And I'm giving myself a little stamp on the side and using another side of the beauty blender to just blend. With blush, I'm a little bit obsessed, if I'm being very honest. I feel like this is like a nice, natural for everyone kind of blush vibe. But if you ask me, I love a little bit more color on my cheeks. I just also feel like blush is the first thing that tends to leave your face, in a sense that, you know, after about 5, 6, 7, 8 hours, depending on how much you've prepped and depending on your skin type, how much ever time makeup lasts on you for, your blush is the first thing that starts to fade away. So even with a tint, I believe the same thing. So I just like to make sure I add a little bit extra that gives me a dose of that healthy flush, makes my cheek look almost as if it's been pinched without the pinch. For a nice soft monochromatic moment, and because we're going for a day look, I'm just gonna take a little bit of this tint, and very little because it is really pigmented. Even though it's very easy to blend, I would recommend you build it up. Don't take too much product in one go. And I'm just gonna take a little bit of this and apply it on my eyelids to multi-use this as eyeshadow. You can totally use the exact same thing on your lips as well. You can see how it creates such a beautiful color story over here. It just looks so simple and yet pulls the whole look together beautifully because it's the same shade you're working with across different areas of your face. This is one of those one and done situations. You don't need a full elaborate palette to create a look like this. Literally this one tint, divine, has gone ahead and given me my eyes and my cheeks. We could also use this on the lips. Should we use it on the lips or should we use a different lipstick? Okay, I feel just for the sake of variety, we'll end up using a different lipstick. But before we move on to lips, I should probably do some liner. So I have two beautiful liner shades over here from the I Swear By collection. I have a blue and I have a green. Both of these would work really, really beautifully. But since my outfit that I'm going to change into is green, I think I'm going to go ahead and choose that option. It's also a touch more date than the slightly deeper blue, which is really beautiful. So I'm definitely going to land up using that somewhere or the other. Make sure you're following me on all my channels so you can see where I use that next. Okay, disclaimer, whenever I apply eyeliner, I make really weird faces sometimes, so don't come at me in the comments. I love it. I absolutely love it. It is such a beautiful color. My bad, it isn't green, it's a little bit more teal, but I really love this shade. No desi wedding look is ever complete without a little bit of kohl, and Plum's kohl is an award-winning one. I love this formula. It goes on so beautifully. Because this is the day look, I'm not going to go ahead and apply it all over my under eye. I'm just going to apply it towards the outer half of my waterline. There you go. I love that. So it maintains the day look vibe but also adds some definition, and very, very smoothly, might I add. A little tip, if you're ever doing a smoky eye, this is hands down one of the best kajals to go ahead and give yourself a tight line with on your upper lash line, because it really defines the eye perfectly and closes it in from all sides if you're using a little bit of something on the upper lash line as well. This kajal is one of my favorites with good reason. It's time for one of my favorite steps ever, mascara. I love me a good set of lashes. I don't necessarily curl my lashes or anything, but I feel like a good mascara like the one I'm holding right here can do the job even without any other tools. My goal with mascara is just to help define my natural lashes as much as possible. I like a good coat, so I go into the very root of the lash, coming as close to the lid as I can, and I pull in an upward direction. Little tip, don't forget about your lower lashes as well, and don't worry, it's totally okay to make super weird faces while applying your mascara. And with that, we are down to the very last step. The lipstick I've selected for myself today is this one over here. It is the Twist and Go matte lipsticks, and this comes enriched with hyaluronic acid and ceramides. I love the way this shade is looking on me. I feel like it's bringing the color story of everything on my face together so beautifully. Okay, and with that, I think it's time for me to change my outfit. Let me come back in a quick second. And there you go, the look is ready. I really hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. I have a little note to give you before we end this video. So we did a little skin prep before the video. I've taken you through a step-by-step breakdown of how I got this colorful Shaadi Ready with Plum day look. But remember, taking your makeup off is very, very important as well. Use the Plum cleansing balm that really takes the makeup off so beautifully and works really well across all different skin types. After you cleanse your face, I suggest you double cleanse it with the vitamin C foaming face wash, also from the Plum range. This works beautifully even for dry skin like mine. It doesn't over foam, it doesn't strip your skin of its natural moistures, which is my favorite thing about it. After that, I always make sure to follow it up with a toner. I love the vitamin C toner from this range. This is part of my nighttime skin routine. It does so well and helps make sure your pores are cleaned out to the T and helps keep your skin as firm and clean as possible. And in the nighttime skincare routine, I'm also going to recommend the vitamin C serum, which has 15% vitamin C in it, which will help make sure all of these lovely properties really stay in your skin overnight. They can work on your skin through the night, which is fantastic because we all love nice, glowing skin. I really hope you've enjoyed hanging out with me in this video. Come follow me and make sure you subscribe to this channel here for more such content as well. Thanks for watching.